Okay, Flipside versus Selfless. Upper quarterfinals. This is the same round as the Rogue versus Leftovers game that we watched.
Well, we got some great matches going on. We have the reigning world champions, Flipside Tactics.
They should have me breakdown plays after a series. Well, that's kind of what they do in the analysis test. F3's biggest problem at RLCS? Defense.
Selfless, on the other hand, they've been a while, or together quite a while. Yeah,
If I had to pick one, RLCS caster or World Champ Rocket League, what would it be? Probably... What, if I could just be one? World Champion Rocket League, 'cause that's like... The amount of work that I would have to put from where I currently am to becoming a World Champion in Rocket League is so much. Like, just getting it for free would be like, lol. But the work, like, going from where I am now to RLCS caster would be far less work and, like, less of a reward, I guess. Although it would be pretty good. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just like being a World Champion would be like, lol. That'd be so free. Who is F2 talking about? I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. What drills do I recommend for car control? You mean like in the air?
I guess it's working out for them right now.
I don't know what you mean. What car control's a little bit vague, sorry. Thoughts on OCE performance? I think they did better than expected. We have to say it's all Alpha Sydney though. Jam were what people expected of OCE to show up like. Jam did exactly what everybody expected OCE to do. But Alpha Sydney were way better. They did well, they adapted very well. Like, bring up specific replays and talk about the small things that players do that go unnoticed. I mean, I do that all the time in my casting and analysis videos, so I'm not going to, like, change. I don't have any plans to, like, spectate somebody's replays, if that's what you mean. SWCRL, thank you for the sub, by the way. And Terminator RL, 5 months in a row. I'm not sure if I said your name. Appreciate that as well. Thank you very much, guys. This was always going to be a pretty rough game as well for Flipside, because Selfless, they're the team in America that gave NRG the most trouble. They took NRG to Game 7 in the semi-finals of the online. I feel like Flipside would have been, we were much more confident going against Rogue than Selfless. We were still pretty confident going against Selfless. Cooks are nearly getting caught out there by moving up a little bit early on that interception. Yeah, a lot of people are asking what were Flipside's biggest problems. The passing plays were still very good. Oh, what a save. Like, that was a great passing play by Greasy and Marky. That's never really been a problem for Flipside. Passing and offense has always been something we're very good at. And, again, great passing play. Greasy getting a long shot in. Passing out of defense is so important. Cuxer just finds Greasy. Greasy still had a lot of work to do, though. That's a great hit. Just booms it over Miho.
Succeed in your play, get back on defense, you will get punished. These are the best teams in the world, and they will take any chance they can to win.
1 minute in now, Flipside Tactics are looking at almost a second.
Greasy popping off, he nearly capitalizes on a miss.
A little bit wide of the net. Cooks will try to keep that dream alive. Timmy with
the speed, like, Dapper is obviously the most well-known player on this team, but Miho and Timmy are pretty much, they're all very similar in playstyle. They're all very fast. Very, very capable mechanically. Oh my goodness, Dapper is bullying Marky. It's a dangerous team because if you give them... They used to be in a team called Momentum, actually, for those of you who don't know. Before they got sponsored by Selfless. But if you give them any momentum, they're going to gain confidence as well. Very young team, and they're an American team, so of course the crowd will be behind them, even against the World Champions Flipside. I feel like people wanted Flipside to get upset as well. That was sort of Flipside's role. According to the crowd, they just wanted, people just wanted the upsets to come in. Greasy, of course, usually the player who likes to sit back the most, but that's just due to his preferential ways for rotating into attack. He doesn't like to go into attack unless he knows he can win the ball, which is unlike Cux and Marky, who will go for blocks and interceptions a lot more than Greasy will. What on earth was that by Marky? I need to go back and see this, hold on. Did Marky just flip forward there? I don't know why he would flip forward in this situation. It's pretty clear that Greasy can pass that and Marky can boom that, but it looks like Marky flipped, so he did not see that pass coming. It's a big misplay. Greasy having a good game one though.
But Selfless is doing a good job of breaking up any plays from Flipside from being a shot on net.
Yeah, Cookser on that touch just was not able to get it simply because he had no boost, able to get another touch to apply pressure.
And I spoke a bit about Greasy and how he likes to rotate into attack, but the same can be said about when he comes out of attack. He's very, very fast to rotate out, and that's just something that he believes in and for his, you know, personal strategic method for 3v3. He feels like it's very advantageous to hit the ball in attack and then get back into defense, get back to the midfield, go recollect the boost, and things like that.
Good spot there for Selfless. Marky tries to get one off the post, gives it out to Cooks instead. A third in. Greasy will miss that one now. Counterattack.
Whereas like the old Flipside style involved a lot more turning early, like we just saw there from Marky. Although Marky turning early there, not too dangerous as Cooks was behind him. This time Greasy not looking for the pass to Cookser. On the other side, Selfless, very, very capable in the air, like I said. Very, very good at rebounding. Oh, Marky should be putting that on net, of course. Having a pretty bad game here. Flipside captain. Oh, what a shot! That was phenomenal by Dapper. He had to reach up high to get that, even make any contact at all. Dapper's a real talent. I feel like he is one of the players in America with the most potential. He's going to have to overcome multiple things though. Number one, his mentality. I've heard him say so himself multiple times, and I've said this so when I'm casting his 1v1 play, is that he feels like he has the ability to throw any matchup, any game. Which is a shame because he's very good at gaining leads. And if he always has that little voice in the back of his head telling him you're going to lose, you're going to throw this, then that's really, really hard to overcome. That's one of Dapper's personal challenges that he has to deal with. He's a very smart player though, very quick at identifying his winning condition, in particular in 1v1. Great pass by Marky. That was beautiful. Because Marky could have taken longer here to drive around the ball and take a shot himself, but he decided, nah, let's just boom it to Greasy, and then Greasy can hit it in much, much faster than I can. And notice Greasy was hardly moving. I've been talking about this a lot in my reviews, but look at Greasy's car when he hits his ball. He's barely moving. He doesn't need to be moving. One of the things that separates Flipside from other teams in terms of offensive passing is they're quite good at just finding the best position to be in to receive a pass and just wait there for the ball to come to them. You don't need to be going supersonic at a ball that is being passed to you perpendicular to the angle of approach that you have. You just wait for the ball to come to you and flip it on. Best NA upside, Dapper, Garrett, or JNaps? I think that Garrett is definitely the best player in North America at the moment. For a while after RLCS Season 2, Garrett was in a little bit of a slump and JNaps was on the rise, so I think JNaps was the best. And then Jacob had some shining moments. Jacob probably still has the best individual performances, but then he can sometimes disappear from a game and be very inconsistent compared to Garrett, who's a lot more solid and safe in his playstyle. Am I feeling alright today? No, I've got a cold, so sorry if my voice sounds uninterested. That's just because I'm trying not to strain my voice too much. I hope you guys don't mind. What is Dapper's other challenge? Good question. Sorry, I forgot about that. His other challenge is just learning how to play threes a little bit more safely. Because obviously Dapper's best mode is his 1v1. And if he can make his best mode 3v3, that would be far more in tune with where all the money is in Rocket League at the moment. Which is not really his fault. I wish that 1v1 Rocket League had more money in it. I wish that RLCS was a multiple game mode event where there's 1s, 2s, and 3s. That would be so awesome if there was all these different tournaments happening at the same time, and it's just like the Olympics where you've got people running in the 100, 200, 400 and multiple events. You could have people competing in 1s, 2s, 3s, multiple events. And that's where players like Dapper could shine, Coxer could shine. We'd start to see players like Remco, Greasy, and co really, really shine in 2v2 as well as 3s.
Simply to play on their back heel, they're playing reactionary rather than like a pace-controlled, like planned.
By the way, Fat Monkey, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Very nice name as well. Johnny ignored you. Sorry if I ignored you. I've had a lot to say about this game so far, so I've not been paying that much attention to my Twitch chat, but I will try to pay attention whenever I can to you guys who are writing at Johnny Boy.
Trying to get control early on here. Selfless backs off quickly. No one there contesting. No pressure at all on the offense for Selfless. And once again, they're finding themselves in the same situation they did game number 1.
Timmy did a great job denying boost there. Marky's going to be without boost for a while. Timmy took mid and back. See Marky not using boost at all right there, but he does win the ball regardless. Really need to switch the camera here to Timmy. This is, yeah, that's better. That's far too long on someone who's never going to be involved in the play. Great job by Timmy. Getting the ball into an awkward position. Coxer could have done a lot better. I think Cox was expecting Timmy to get another touch and he was trying to force a 50-50, but Timmy never got that second touch. There's Dapper, the MVP for Selfless. OCE showed up despite the number of people against him. Yeah, I'm glad that they showed up and shut up the haters. Alpha Sydney are by far the best team in OCE, in Season 3 at least.
Flipside tactics. They're trying to gain possession here. A miss from Cooks here will send him out to midfield. Timmy just trying to be a nuisance.
It's a great first hit. Really well done by Timmy here. He hit this so high and awkwardly that Marky and Greasy both went for it. And yeah, poor clear by Marky. One of his weaknesses as a player has always been his overhead clears. He ended up centering that one.
Selfless, the magicians, taking Flipside off the defense. Flipside looking to answer 2 goals now.
Selfless are all so dangerous from the ground. Triple Octane team is always going to be very good at getting early shots and pops. The speed of Selfless once again. I would love to see stats like that where you can compare average speed of players and teams throughout a game. Boost consumed, boost picked up. Distance traveled. I'd love to see stats like that because I feel like Selfless would be pretty high up on the distance traveled, boost consumed, and average speed stats. Why are we watching Greasy? What is this? What? I'll go back in a second here. Okay, so we can go back now. This is one of the places where camera work in Rocket League can improve the most. So right here, we're on Coxer camera. So Marky's over on the right hand side. We know that Greasy's moving in next to the ball. So as soon as this happens, like, we should just switch to Greasy, because we know he's going to move up. And now he finally moves up, and we switched to him, but it's way too late now. If the cameraman had stayed up to date with what was happening, he would have switched to Greasy right here. And then he would have had a clear view of Greasy losing the ball to Timmy, and we would have switched to Dapper, and we would have switched to Dapper there, or one of Dapper's teammates, and we would have been able to see what's happening over here. And then we would have arrived in this location earlier. We could have seen that the next player into the ball would have been Miho. Like, we're one step behind for this whole play. We're trying to catch up to everything. So every time that we're moving the camera, the viewer's like trying to figure out what's going on here, because we're one step behind as a spectator. So we don't get to see all of the intricacies and all of the things that are happening until right here when we finally catch up to it, and now we can see what's going on. We catch up with the story, which is very important. When you're spectating in Rocket League, you've got to figure out who's going to be next in the play. Not who's making the play currently, but who's going to be next in the play. You've got to figure out where you're going to go after you're currently. So right here we're on Miho. We just saw Dapper move upfield and miss the ball. So we know that next in for Selfless is probably going to be Timmy, unless Flipside run disruption, which they do. There we go. So we can, instead of going to Dapper here, we should be on Timmy, because Timmy's at the back, and we saw Dapper missing a ball in the midfield. We know Timmy's going to be the one who's involved in the play. Here he is. So we're finally on Timmy, but a bit late. Only after we've seen Dapper making a boost steal. Did I do any of the spectating at RLCS? No, I did not. Come on, guys. I thought you would have been able to tell it wasn't me.
These opponents against them are going to be making plays and committing to things. So what do? They go for fakes. They set it up. They let the ball.
I do like that we're seeing a lot more player cam. This is far more enjoyable for me as a spectator than And there we go. So that was a very clean switch. Good identification by the spectator that Dapper was moving in. So that was great. We're now back in to the play. We're following it as it goes. And there, okay, maybe this is the biggest problem. So right here, this is what's happening every single time this game that's wrong. And I'll point it out. This will be the last time, I swear. So we just saw Marky leaving the play. He's out. Right, there we go. He's just turned and left. So we know that Cux is going to come in. But we've gone to Marky for some reason. And now we're on, we've gone to Cux rather, for some reason. And now we're one behind. And we have to like wait for the play to catch up for us, to us again. I feel like I didn't explain that very well, but I said it would be the last time, so I'm not going to go back and say it again. In short, most important thing while doing spectating is just to figure out where you're going to go next. I'm not sure if I'd call that a mistake. It's just a great demo by Timmy. He just cleared out the defense. There wasn't any because Timmy demolished it. That was good. Great play by Timmy. Did Yummy actually do the camera work? He did a lot of it. I don't know who did this. Like, I'm not calling out anyone in particular. I don't even know who this is. Like, I'm just saying, in general, these are problems that I've noticed in Rocket League spectating in general. It's not just things that I noticed at RLCS. Is switching the camera from, you know, one direction to another really quickly, and by that I mean changing what team you're spectating, can often be very confusing. Which is why when I'm spectating, I try to spectate one team for as long as possible. Like, I'll just watch their entire offense, and then if the other team take possession, I'll switch it to them. Usually I switch the camera with possession. It's the most intuitive and easy way to follow. And like I've said before, good defense, good goalkeeping looks good from the offensive point of view as well, so you don't need to be looking at the goalkeeper for the save.
It's really interesting to see Selfless try to go for some dribble conditioning, trying to focus on these dribbles.
In terms of this game, Selfless have done a really good job just beating Flipside to the ball. It's something that Marky and Coxer often get frustrated by. Back when they played with Mike and they were against Garisian We Dim Girls, they would complain about that pretty regularly, that they're just getting outpaced around the field. And Selfless are kind of doing that exact same thing to them. They're denying boosts at the back, they're denying boosts in the middle, sometimes picking up more boosts than they need just to take it off the field, so Flipside don't have it. And yeah, the dribbling play, the first touch off all the Selfless players has been on point this game for sure. There's another one. Will I do more VOD reviews? I'm going to review every... Before I go to DreamHack next Thursday, I'm going to review every RLCS game, except Losers Round 1. Except Losers Round 1. What is this? Screen box? What do you mean, screen box? But yeah, guys, I don't really have a plan or a script when I go into any of these reviews. I just talk about what I want to talk about. I talk about what you guys want to talk about, and if I see something that interests me, I'll talk about that. So don't, like, I didn't go in here with a plan to talk about the camera work. I just noticed a few of the things that have been problematic for spectating. Thought I might as well mention it.
Dapper's biggest problem being the little voice telling him he's gonna lose. What would you do to improve this? I have the same thing myself and feel it's the sole reason why I narrowly missed out on Grand Champion last season. Frown.
Hey Schneebs, thanks for the $5. There's a lot of literature and there's a lot of you know, sports psychology theory that goes into that. It all applies for Rocket League as well. It applies for anything competitive. It might sound stupid, but if you don't want to miss, like the best analogy I can give you is when I used to take penalties, like penalty kicks in football or soccer if you're American. When I used to take penalties in soccer, it's very easy for you to think in your head, what if I miss? Because you should score. You're supposed to score penalties. You're favored against the goalkeeper. It's on the spot. You get to choose where you're going to aim. And the best way to deal with that pressure, and I know that professional rugby players do this as well when they're going to take drop kicks and when they're going to take penalties in that sport, is you got to visualize yourself scoring. You just literally imagine yourself scoring in your head, and then you do it. And that's that's the best way to overcome the fear of failure, is not to think about it. And if you actively think about winning or scoring or succeeding, then that prevents your brain from thinking about losing. So just do it. Just think about it. Just visualize it. And visualizing is much more powerful than just thinking about it, because obviously a visual is something that we can use to improve our memory. It's something that we can use to associate situations with time, or you know what I mean. Just actually visualize what it's like to win. Just imagine yourself winning. That's my best advice to you. Just powerful visuals. Needs practice though, just like any other skill in the game. You need to practice that. You can't just try it once and succeed. Well, maybe you can if you're lucky. I'm sure some people can, but you need to practice that. Just like, oh, I'm bad at aerials, I'll practice. Oh, I'm bad at visualizing myself win, I'll go practice. It's the same as any other skill. It needs to be trained. Johnny Boy is a psychiatrist now. No, I'm just older than most of you. I've had to go through all of these problems myself. Figure out the problem, or figure out the solution. What do you do when you're in a slump and to help yourself out of the slump? Besides what I just spoke about, just try and have more deliberate and accurate objectives besides just winning. Try to, you know, be specific about what you want to achieve in a game.
Well, you saw these guys, they got to play against each other. If you guys didn't check out the Gold Rush land that they did.
Is this the...
Thanks to you guys are awesome for that.
No, this isn't the series where Marky tried to go to the bathroom and the stage guy was like, sorry, you can't go. When I heard that, I was pretty mad. This is that was actually NRG Flipside, so we might get to see that later on. Like, as you can see, the casters are killing time here. They're just trying to fill the space because obviously the man in their ears told them we need 2 minutes or something. Some hardware issue might be going on. In other esports, they send this segment to the desk if it goes on too long, and then they just go back to the casters as the gameplay begins. Here we go. So we're back into the game now. Yeah, one of the days, I think it was day 2, Flipside against NRG, Marky needed to go to the bathroom, which would have taken like 2 minutes, and then he just started walking off stage, and the stage dude was like, where are you going? And Marky was like, to the bathroom, and the guy at the stage told him, oh, sorry, you can't go. Which I thought was like the stupidest thing I'd heard all weekend. I was like, are you kidding me? Some stage security guy is telling a pro player they can't go to the bathroom? Like, if I'm the pro player in that situation, I'm gonna walk straight past him and be like, who do you think you are? You can't, it's like, as if the show's gonna continue without me. I gotta pee, you know? Just walk off stage. It's like, come on, let me go, I've gotta go pee, I'm gonna be 2 minutes. Casters can talk for 2 minutes, I don't care. But, of course, the pro players are also, oh, calculated. The pro players are quite, they're younger. Some of them don't understand that their worth. That they're the people who are being facilitated for there. So he didn't go. No, Marky didn't go. He had to go back to his seat. It's stupid. I couldn't believe it. When I heard that, I was pretty mad actually, because that stuff can affect the outcome of a series. And I was like, that's stupid. They should be allowed to go if they want to go. Greasy's having a great series here. Oh. The accidental demo in Dapper. That's why it didn't show up in the live section. What didn't? Sup Athena, how you doing? Thanks for the 4 months, I appreciate that. How's your vlog coming along? I don't know if I've seen it yet. Don't know if I've seen it. I watched John's and Mike's vlogs, they're both pretty good. I need to start vlogging myself. It's a couple of misses here for Selfless for these second and third goals. And Greasy just being really fast. Vlog is so good. I'll check it out. I'll have to see that. I did like Cux's second goal, and again there he's looking to hit the ceiling with the ball. That's something I expect to see a lot more of in the future, because reading the ceiling can be really hard. It introduces another dynamic to the defense. Even the other advantage with the ceiling is it's another angle that you can use to get the ball to go the direction you want it to go in. Like, let's say that you fly up for the ball and you see that you're being contested, and if you shoot the ball on net or straight at the backboard, you're going to get blocked. Just put it up into the ceiling, because that'll go over the top of the opponent. It's a decent shot by Marky, but again, Selfless, I don't know what happened to their defense this game. Just crumbled completely. Really weird series here. Do I know who Neat Mike censored out? Yes, I do. It's very funny. I was really hoping for more drama in that regard. It would have been great.
Selfless needs to make some
Favorite player to watch? Devo.
Flipside moving really fast. A lot of
Favorite player to hang out with? Well, probably Marky. Like we've been hanging out loads of times, traveling to events together.
He'll drop that down in front of the net. Timmy, knowing where that was going to end up, we'll steal that away. Dapper, quick counter attack.
Goal of the LAN. Ooh. Come back to me once I finish this review series and I'll answer that, because I didn't get to see all the goals. I was spending a lot of time talking to other people at the venue, in the lobby. The security didn't like me hanging about in the aisles and stuff like that, because it would just block fire escape rates and stuff like that if people were talking to me and trying to take pictures in the middle of the aisle. So they told me to go to the lobby to that stuff. So whenever somebody came and talked to me, I was like, yes, I will take a picture with you, but please let's go to the lobby. And there was one person, actually, I think I accidentally dissed them because they asked for a picture and I said, yes, absolutely, but come to the lobby to take it because security didn't like me standing here in the aisle to take pictures because it's blocking the exit. And then I think the person misheard me and they thought I was just saying no. And then I walked off to go to the lobby and they didn't follow me and I was like, oh, I feel bad. Whoops. Double touching the ball off the ceiling is OP. Yeah, ceiling pinches. Ceiling pinches, like flying the ball up to the ceiling and then hitting it into the ceiling multiple times. What? What on earth happened here? Oh. So Marky was just trying to get a light touch there to control it into the corner. He didn't want to get too heavy a touch in case he just stopped the ball entirely and Dapper followed up with the second hit. Danny Boy RL, thanks for the 5 months, buddy. Appreciate that.
Finally caught you, Liv. Been 5 months. You are getting fat.
I'm getting fat? Are you kidding me? I need to put on weight.
He most certainly did, and Selfless is going to grab them their first goal in game number 3. Flipside has quite a few to spare, though. Still 4 goals into the lead. They just have to hold.
So playing the games except Rocket League? Yeah, if you're on PC, you can scroll down and see the other games I used to play, or I still do play. I'm at highest ranks in those games.
They create an attack here. Shot on net, stopped by Marquis. He flies across the goal line just off that sidebar. Cucks here up to Greasy.
So I know who I have to have beef with? Yes, I do. Like I've said. Oh, what a shot by Marky. Again, the infield pass for Flipside. Great pass by Cucks to Greasy to Marky. Really well done. That placement as well. Very well done. No one has ever called me fat before. I know, right? I'm very skinny. Who's the best all-in-one player, 1s, 2s, and 3s right now? Pff, that's difficult. Probably Devo. Probably Devo. Although Cuxer's still going to be in that conversation. I've not seen Scrub play 3s recently, but he might still be in that conversation.
He's already in the air before that ball gets cleared.
It's Cooks here. What do you expect?
It's not nice, man.
Breezy Meister. We'll send that to Cooks. Just a bit of a miss.
That it looked like a miss from Selfless was actually forced because Cuck stole the boost in the corner. Best North American ones player? Probably Dapper. Dapper's always been the best. Well, since Season 2, when he rose the up the rankings. Who's the best 4s player? I wish I knew. K-Dop? I mean, yeah, K-Dop's in that conversation as well, for sure. I think Devo just has such a phenomenal LAN that you can't really take anything. I don't think anybody can take anything away from Devo right now. He's just the best. Death Reaper 343, welcome back. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the 2 months in a row. Yeah, this game is all but over, and now we get to see where it all went wrong, really badly for Flipside. Because I'm sure lots of you guys watched this series. It looked really over here. I mean, Selfless got 1 game, but then with a dominating game 3, you think Flipside they're definitely going to be able to take 1 of the next 2 games, right? Most people would agree with that statement. Is Crow still among the top 2 players? Yeah, of course. Top NA players, yeah, for sure. Any idea how to fix Dead Zone in DS4? Absolutely no clue, I'm sorry. You need Squishy versus Dapper on stream? Yeah, I agree. That would be a great series. I'd love to watch that. Do you think Pashy and Scrub will team once he's 15? I've got no clue. I know that they're teaming up for DreamHack though.
it is. Flipside tactics in an amazing performance. A lot of mistakes though from Selfless, and Flipside's like, well, we're just gonna punish you and put the ball in your own net. Quite a few strange goals. I mean, I think the second one there was Timmy and
hey, what up, Wylord? Please welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your stay.
And easy roll in there for Flipside.
Who would be the best at playing with the blindfold on while a tornado demolishes their house? That's a very good question. I don't know.
Game number 4. Selfless has to win this one.
Do you think Devo could be a top 10 player 1v1 if he played it more? Ranking? Yeah, for sure. He just doesn't play 1v1 ranked.
That was some strange gameplay we saw.
Well, I mean, you talked about it. It was quite a bit of contrast from one to the other, and that's the benefit of the Selfless team is we've seen what they're capable of. They know that they have this opportunity in them, but Flipside really shut it down.
When is the next game starting? Hold on.
Because that's how
there we
they
go.
got goals initially. They were able to bring one down, force
I want to see
somebody out,
more
and then had someone immediately
Rocket League.
follow up.
Selfless has to make some serious changes here.
How does one get the skill to do the Marky eyebrow dance? I can only do it with one eyebrow. I can't do it with the other. So I don't know.
In spectacular fashion out of game number 3.
Do I think there's a chance for Silence to introduce 1s and 2s to RLCS next season? Yeah, there's a chance. I'd love them to do that, but I mean, I don't expect it.
They try to put it on to attack. Chance there, Dapper sees Miho coming from the inside. A shot on net.
Really nicely done by Miho.
They're looking out for each other. Selfless back in the game.
That play a little reminiscent of the last
So it's Greasy this time with a weak clear. But great mechanics on the wall by Miho. Up so quick. How much longer am I streaming for? I might continue streaming after this this series is over, or I might not. We'll see.
20 seconds into game number 4, Selfless finds himself in the lead. An answer. We'll see if it can come up from Flipside. Off the backboard, a miss there. Dapper with a chance. Marky forced into the situation, but that's 2 people now onto the ball. Good touches there from Greasy Marky as they move back to defense.
So Greasy and Marky playing keep away. Cuxer joins them in the corner though. I'm not sure why. It's a little bit questionable by Cux here. Because Marky and Greasy are both playing keep away in the corner. They're just trying to keep the ball away from Timmy, and then Cuxer comes and joins them, but now Marky has no boost in net. Or he is like 12 maybe. This is definitely something a Flipside could improve on a lot. Like, this should never happen. The fact that the whole team is within like a really, really small triangle is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all.
There it is. Now we have Selfless.
Am I going to stream show matches before I take my trip? Yeah, I will. Definitely. Definitely. I was hoping to stream yesterday, but I just got too busy with other stuff, so I couldn't, unfortunately. But I want to get as much streaming done before I go to DreamHack. Oh, now Cux takes Marky's aerial. So miscommunication for Flipside. This is part of the. This is what happens when you don't just automatically rotate out of offense. Like, I'll go back here just so we can see. So Cux lands or clears the ball, and then he sticks around in case Miho dribbles this low. But Miho takes it up the wall, so Cuxer should really just back out there and let Marky go in. But he wants to stick around and make his own play, and now we have immediate loss of pressure for Flipside because they have nobody moving in to back up Greasy, who was on the right-hand side. This is probably the biggest problem for Flipside at the moment. Just not leaving the ball to each other when they should. They had this problem against Mocket in the first series in Amsterdam. And the only thing that I told them pretty much was try to give each other more space. I've always been telling this to them in their ear because I feel like when they give each other more space, when they spread out and like trying to find each other on the field with their passes, and you know, it's a lot more intuitive to just rotate properly if you're not driving way too close to each other. And yeah, they fixed that for the RLCS Season 2 Grand Final, but they weren't able to really solve that problem in Season 3. It just kept plaguing them. Oh, so Greasy's trying to pass it to himself, and then Miho's like, nah, not today, buddy.
That's going to pinch right toward the net. Miho forced to save that one. Very smart play from him to move back. I said he's been quiet, but that's only because going exactly where he needs to and just getting those small touches that really.
So there we go. Cuxer finds Marky. Marky trying to get it back. It's a little bit of an awkward position, but now they do actually get the opportunity. Greasy should score. First time that we see a deliberate passing play by Flipside results in a shot on net. Now we're a bit behind the game here, not really sure what's happening. There we go, we're finally back in the... Oh, never mind. We're about to get back into it, but now we're watching people get boosted again. It's another great first touch. Selfless, all of their players so good at just keeping the ball under their control with their first touch. Interesting that Dapper wanted to keep that ball on the right hand side of the field. He could have cleared it either way. He did have options. Can I come to Australia? Kirby, maybe. I mean, I want to go to Australia. That would be pretty cool. Bit of a slow pass there by Dapper. It's clear from watching the speed of these two teams that Selfless are doing a great job of boost starving Flipside. Now it's starting to panic a little bit as we see Greasy shooting on net from a position that's rarely going to work. A couple of weak clears by Selfless did materialize in a shot on net though. You get triggered by Timmy's goalie skills. That's one of the advantages of being a good ones player, is that ones players have to make more saves than any other game mode. So goalkeeper mechanics are usually very good for players who are good in ones. Of course, goalkeeper mechanics can be good for players who aren't good at ones, but you'll rarely see a ones player who's a bad goalkeeper. Such a weird series here. Very weird series. You can see the nerves of Flipside. They're all moving forward so aggressively. They're not waiting for the opportunity. They're moving forward, hoping that it happens. It's basically cheating constantly. Oh, the fake. So Coxer's shot on net here is so threatening because it's going in, but it's also sort of a pass. Not sure if this was an intentional fake. Actually it was. Marky leaned away from that. Really well done. It's really well done by Marky leaning away from that.
Instead he jumps, gets underneath the car, and then flicks it to the side. Adds a little bit of oomph to it, if I say so myself. A little bit of oomph, but I don't know if it'll be enough oomph as they have 10 seconds left to grab one more goal. Selfless looking to grab a win here. They're putting everything on offense just to kill off this clock. That's actually a scary spot though.
That's a really lucky bounce for Flipside. Oh my word. Oh no way, I didn't even see the end of this game. I had no idea it was that close. Can you tell what mechanical skill is not known to the public and only to F3? Well, it wasn't known to only F3. Like, lots of pros knew about it. I guess if it comes up. Would I say that Selfless vs F3 is the best series? Was there a better one? Nah, there was better series. Maki vs Northern Gaming was probably the best series. The very grand final. Selfless were playing pretty well here. They were just doing what they do, well, what they do best quite well, because they know that they're one of the fastest teams, and they're not slowing down. If Selfless slowed down and started second-guessing themselves, that would have been an instant loss. So it's really good to see them just being confident. Coxer again in such an awkward position. He didn't need to drive forward here, but look, even by driving forward a small little bit, he had to fly up at a super awkward angle, and he got nearly got punished for it. I really feel like moving out a goal in that position gives you almost no advantage. Like you're on the goal line, or you're at the back post. Moving forward to the front post or even into the corner doesn't really get you to the ball faster in any situation. But so many players do it, and I don't know why. Even at the very highest level. When, like, the downside is the ball going over your head and you being stuck underneath it. And the upside is, hey, you might make it to the ball half a car length faster. I really don't know why. It's such a common thing to do, to just vacate the back post area with all three members. Go BWJ, thank you for the resub, by the way, 8 months. I appreciate that, buddy. Who underperformed the most, in my opinion? It'll have to be a Flipside member for sure, and I think like Greasy didn't have too bad a performance. I think Marky probably is the least consistent in this series. Coxer had a very bad start to the NRG series though, so that wasn't great either. Yeah, Cux and Marky both had very disappointing lands this time.
Fantastic save from Greasy, making sure to keep this 0-0, but as we're just about to approach 2 minutes left, you see Cooks going up for a touch.
Who do I think performed best and worst in F3? Well, best was definitely Greasy. He was the most consistent.
Goes in favor of Selfless, back in blue territory.
Greasy overall, I feel like he's had a great season. Greasy's had a very good season. Mio's shot here is so good. He had a great goal in the fourth game, and now he's got another very good goal. This is not an easy shot to get fast right under the bar. It's a really good shot by Miho. And in day one, there's been, I mean, Jam were missing shots, Northern Gaming were missing some opportunities. They kind of got gifted a million by Jam though, because they were just clearing the ball and it was going in Jam's net. Leftovers and Rogue didn't look like a cleanest series. Oh, Greasy, not a very good clear right there. He tried to loop around the ball and half volley it to the Selfless half, but he nearly centered it. Well, he did center it for Selfless. Almost went really badly. But notice when Flipside are losing, they do panic a lot more. We're seeing a lot more shots at defended nets from Flipside when they're losing, which is not something that we see from the likes of Northern Gaming, who, even when they're down later in the tournament, are really good at hitting that backboard and following up immediately. Something that Flipside could do a lot better. It's just backboarding it as their default play, especially against nets that are as heavily defended as Selfless is. That was some pretty poor positioning by Timmy right there. Again, just getting stuck under the ball. Cux was unable to capitalize. Greasy quite hesitant to move forward this series because he's worried that he's going to get cut off by Cux or Marky. Dapper's so dangerous. It's a good job by Greasy though.
He slows it down, dribbles it up, allows his teammates to get inside as another pass play coming out, trying to force these guys on defense as the pressure from Flipside is starting to happen.
There's not much consistent pressure coming in for F3. Well, it's not meaningful consistent pressure. Like, these are not threatening hits at all. Everything very, very easy to deal with. Oh, okay, change camera. There we go. Finally, now Flipside with some consistent pressure, and this is all because of Marky's doink into, like, that hit by Marky was great because it's the first time that Flipside got two consecutive dangerous hits. Greasy knocks it forward, Marky donks it up, Cuxer gets a shot, forces a bad save, Marky's there to capitalize. One of the slowest equalizers of the tournament. But that sort of finding that threatening position is what Flipside lacked against the Leftovers later on in the tournament. They just weren't able to find that sweet spot. Oh, look at this goal. That's amazing. Doink of the day. Check this out. Timmy up so fast again. Dapper doinks it over to the top corner. It's amazing. That was so sick. That's one of the best goals of the tournament, no doubt. Incredible, incredible shot by Dapper.
1 minute left. Flipside has to be impressed with that one themselves, but they have to answer with a goal now as we approach that final minute of gameplay. Greasy gonna try to set up the play.
But look at Marky's positioning here. He doesn't really lend himself to, or he doesn't really give Greasy many options.
Has to be impressed with that one themselves, but they have to answer.
If we look at where Marky decides to position his car, he's very, very far forward. I've criticized Kronovi of doing this in the past, where the only way that this position is good is if Greasy can pass this to the front post or like really, really slowly to the back. I feel like if Marky was more further back here, he'd be easier to pass to. And then he wouldn't have to turn away from a ball like this. He could just drive forward at it and maybe kill it down for Cuxer. But now he has to turn and neutralize it. He can't go forward at it and center it. And I think that's definitely a weakness in Marky's play. Sometimes the very, very forward position is good, but I don't think it's good if the ball's coming in high. I think it's only good if the ball's coming in low to be that close to the net.
Way too far there. Marky can't do anything with it. And there is Selfless now strong.
Pressure just crumbles once again for Flipside with some bad positioning.
Not ready to give up yet. Marky towards the net. Cook's getting redirected just past Dapper. He can't.
Cooks with a goal line redirect attempt.
All alone. Will have to back off now as Selfless moves back down towards the blue end. Cooks here with control. Will get bumped out of the way.
It's a good notice by Leaf there. Cooks did actually get bumped. That was a sound check, or a sound cue that informed us of that. So this time Cux does go high, but nobody's there because it's so rare for Flipside to go high in that position. Nobody even reads Cux's pass there. Whereas if that was Northern Gaming, you would have somebody ready to follow up on that good pass by Cux there. Cux with a good doink. And I panic for Timmy, but the ball... I really feel like Timmy thought that if he just hit this ball into the ground, it was going to go 0 seconds. People are criticizing Timmy, but I don't think it's really his fault. He thought... Bam, he thought that would be 0 seconds, but it bounced and Cuxer scores. And then we saw Cuxer celebrating, it was beautiful. I don't really think it was that much of Timmy's fault. I think he just misread. He misread the 0 second timer. He thought that if he just hit it into the ground, it was going to end. I didn't ask him about that. That's just what I assume happened in that situation. Yeah, Cux is so clutch. Even if he's having a bad day, he can still score when he has to. Crowd's really cheering for that. Really? Marky again with a miss. He's been missing his aerial shots today. Well, this series. Something that Marky really popularized back in the day was his aerial shooting, and now of course we all know what happens here. Oh no, not yet. That looked like the exact same setup as we've already seen. Crowd went insane. Yeah, the crowd did go insane. It's a good stop by Marky there. Marky did quite well this series, getting across the net, kind of Sicky-esque, just sweeping side to side at times. He mishit a few of his clears, but something that Marky used to be really, really good at was just sweeping in 2v2. And it did translate into threes. Oh, it's nuts. Marky nearly gets the winning goal. That could have been a goal. That really should have been a goal. Another stop, this time Greasy. It's a bad initial shot by Selfless. They could have won this, no doubt. What is this camera? Okay, finally we're back in the play. Never mind. Change it. We're just watching Dapper panic right here. Dapper's like, what do I do? Where do I go?
2 minutes of overtime now. Game number 5.
Good block by Dapper. I think Dapper just dodged because he was like, I want to do something, and he dodged. Then he was like, oh no, that's bad. It's made me fall even slower. Stuff like that happens in the most tense situations. You just want to do something and you don't want to float back down to the ground. There we go. It's a great pass by Marky. I feel like Dapper and Miho should have both had this under control, of course. But Cuxer, he knows they might miss. Good follow-up. He had to ignore two defenders in that flight path. Just look at the ball, and he did it so well. Cuxer 9.7 has stopped working. Please reboot. Yeah, he was just kind of standing there like, am I really that good? Selfless are a really good team, though. I hope to see more of them. Very talented. Lots of potential. Lots of raw skill. And although they're a bit rusty around the edges with their rotation and their positioning, you can see they're just so threatening.
Back against the reigning world champions, and I have to show this community some love. Look what this team does on Flipside immediately after that loss. Super close.
Would I like Devo to stream? Or Devo's going to stream when he's finished with college in 2 weeks, I believe. I believe that's his plan.
Nothing but the best competition here at the Rocket League Championship
I love the community.
Series.
This goes out to all you guys. It's fantastic to the players, the community, every single person in this. Fantastic. And we just got a great match of Rocket League Flipside Tactics. We'll move on.
Timmy's teaming with other people next season as well. Oh, is he? Oh, is he? Miho is done. Is Miho finished? Thoughts on Miho retiring? I didn't even know Miho was retired. Oh, when did he retire? That's a shame. He's got lots of potential. Miho's a great player. I guess he's focusing on school, which, to be honest, is a wise decision for most people in Rocket League. So I can't really disagree with that. Can't really disagree with that at all.
Like if they're, I'm done.
Yeah, you don't want to give that to your reigning world champions. That's not something you should give them. We need to put them at a handicap here. Now they have.
Do I still stream up and coming teams? I just stream whoever I want to stream, dude. There's no way to qualify for my stream other than impress me. Oh, it's not school, it's a business. He's getting into the family business. Well, best of luck to him. I mean, Miho's a great player. He's given us all a lot of entertainment.
play style they're playing.
Here's Johnny.
Hey, thanks for the sub, BartyBoy90. Welcome to the stream, dude.
And then back into all out between both players. Like,
He has to help his dad on his ranch, no joke. Well, best of luck to him. I hope we see more of him in Rocket League, though, because he's very talented.
All right, guys, we've got Greasy Miser here. Give it up for him, huh?
The Legend 97. Any 1v1 Cux soon? Cux is probably playing, he's probably playing Tekken 7 all the time right now. He's probably just playing Tekken 7.
Third game went a completely different way. Back and forth action until the end. Explain that.
It's hard to explain because I
Explain that, it's hard to explain.
It was like I had to think about that too. So it was like.
What did you just say? Hold on.
It's hard to explain because I need to piss really bad. So it was like I had to think about that too. So it was like. I think about
Crazy.
it much, but play. So it was cool. Thank you.
Dude, why is this happening? Why do players come off stage needing the bathroom? Why aren't they allowed to just go take a bathroom break? Seriously, RLCS. Let your players pee. Just say the bathroom's that way. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Give it to the analyst desk. For real, like this shouldn't be happening. People, I mean, maybe you didn't want to go pee. Maybe you wanted to finish the series first, but it's
Nice.
a little embarrassing because I saw Marky had that problem. He asked if he could go, or he didn't even ask. He was going to leave to go in the bathroom, and then he was like stopped by the stage guy, and I'm like, really?
I'm nervous for anything.
You're actually stopping a player from going and relieving their stress at the bathroom.
In an environment like this, Atlanta, I think we still
It's a little embarrassing.
if we perform as we usually do.
Chris Creasy's manager again?
Okay, now.
I don't know,
anybody
who
see
is
your
that?
fans
Who
or
would that
anybody
be?
From back home.
Hello. Hello.
Give it up for him, guys.
Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I love Greasy. Do you have anything you want to say to your fans back home? Hello. That's pretty good. Pretty good news.